Oh, sorry. I had to lower the brightness on my phone. So hello again. It's now 11 o'clock exact. 11 o'clock a.m. in the morning. So I had enough to pay for another night here at this hotel. And I had another night, you know, enough for another night. And the girl downstairs at the front desk, I don't know if it was just my perception, but or if I thought she seemed a little bit kind of rude, like had a little slight, subtle kind of attitude. And she had all her family there, well, her husband and her kids there and stuff. So so I was able to. I had enough from the money that that lady, that Western Union me, that money. Um, I was able to use that plus some of the money in my bank account that was donated to me. I was able to use that for excuse me. Uh, I was able to use that to scrape up enough for one more night. And then I have just enough for like probably two meals. And then yeah, I have enough just for probably about two meals. I don't have to eat three meals today, you know. I didn't Yeah, I only ate twice yesterday, so I'm fine. But after tonight, if I don't get any more donations or help, then I would have to check out tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. And and I start the new job tomorrow morning. So in cash, I gave just about all my cash to the for the hotel room. So in cash, I just have enough for bus fare and probably a snack. That's it. But tomorrow being my first day of the new job, I need to be able to be functional. I need to be able to function. So it's hard to be able to function with lack of food or sleep. So it's hard to be able to function with lack of food or sleep, and also proper nutrition as well, because if you eat something trashy, you know you'd be extra hungry, but you'd be like sluggish and lethargic and everything like that, and can't function properly. So it's like if you eat healthier, your mind be sharp and you be energetic and on the go, you know. So I'm supposed to start tomorrow, and I don't know how many hours I'm gonna be working, what my schedule will be, or how many days I'll be working. And I'm not clear on the task that I'm supposed to be doing. And as I said, because of the online gang stalkers, I'm not gonna tell where I work. I mean, where I'm working at, and also the job description, and the place or to describe the type of work, because of them trying to get context clues and like hunt for context clues and hints on, trying to figure out where I work at, and then call up the place, show them my videos, and have me wrongfully fired and banned forever. So I talked about the workplace mobbing and my experiences and everything, and that's crazy. Well, you know what? Maybe I did mention about trampoline or something like that. No, I don't think I did, but I don't think I did, but because they saw the video of me, jumping on the trampolines at Sky Zone, because they saw the videos of me jumping, you know, I guess they must have got hints by that, but that's crazy because I could have been working like 3 blocks from there and have working somewhere else. And they figured that because I posted up that video, oh, there we found out where she work at. But maybe I did mention about trampolines. I don't know, but um, Starbricker bragged and admitted on Stefan Adams' website. That's what she brags about, all the dirt that she does towards me. She brags about it in the comments section on that fake TI Watch blog, where they stalk and harass and comment on everything Brian too does, you know, and not and they've been harassing and documenting everything about Kevin Christian as well. And they even tried for a little bit to document and harass Nappy Head Roots guy too. But so I would hate to start that job tomorrow with basically, you know, only enough for bus fare and probably a 3-hour bus ride going there. And then I would have to pack up all my stuff. I would have to pack up all my stuff and get out of here. And um, I have a problem because the new job said that they don't approve of sweatpants. I have one pair of kind of jeans or whatever, but I would have to get away to get go to I would have to get away to go to my locker and go and I don't know if they're gonna charge me an extra $5 to get in, because I explained the situation to that lady. I explained the situation to her about how I don't get paid until the 3rd. And so she told me that I might have to pay $5 for a day entrance. So but Tuesday when I get paid, I'll be able to, renew the membership, because far as I know, it's hard getting help and it's not guaranteed. So that's where, if I gotta be on the streets, at least I have that place where I can go take a shower. I can't go to the fake dirty YMCA no more. And regular gym memberships, I don't trust gym memberships because I don't want them taking money out my debiting money out of my account. And I don't want to be signing contracts and all that and be trapped in a gym membership. So and they just randomly yank money out whenever they feel like it. I never really had a gym membership like that. Never had a Planet Fitness or whatever 24-hour fitness or World's Gym on fitness, none of those. But I've been to those gyms a few times before, and when I was homeless on the streets, when I first became homeless, um one of the Planet Fitness locations in 2018, they were nice in allowing me to shower there, being homeless. And I told them I'm homeless and I cannot afford a gym membership. So I told them I'm homeless and can't afford a gym membership. So they were nice and let me take showers there. But then um they ended up getting and getting replaced with a new manager that was an abusive narcissistic perp who put a stop to me going there and taking showers. I offered to pay them cash, but they refused to accept it. They wanted to get in your bank account and try to steal ownership of your bank account. And I don't understand why gyms do that. But it's like a money making scam for the gyms. So that's why I try to go wherever I'm allowed to pay cash, or the option of cash and or debit card. And um if if you I don't, I mean, I mean, I would rather pay as you go rather than them just taking money out. And YMCA, I heard people having issues with that too. If you go to the YMCA and you get a membership and they yank money out every month, even after you cancel the membership, and they make it very hard and almost impossible, and have to damn near get a lawsuit in order to get, or you have to change your bank account information or your debit card in order for them to stop taking money out of you. And it's such a traumatic hassle, I've heard from other people. So I don't even bother with gym memberships and none of that. I just go where if I can pay cash, the option to pay cash, or if I want to quit next month, then I can walk away from that, or I don't have to be a slave to I don't have to be a slave to be in bondage to such something that's kind of not necessary. So so anyway, yeah, so I think I have a pair of fat people's kind of genes, and I guess I have to um figure out a way to go and buy some slacks or something from the thrift store or something. And I'm like, wow, hold up, I'm back. So that was the housekeepers, knocking on the door, and that was them knocking on the door. So I told them sorry that at the last minute, I realized I had help with another night, basically, so I'm staying over one more night. So they said, oh, if you need anything, just let us know. I'm like, okay, thank you. So so yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Like, I don't even know how early the bus on this line, this route, I don't know how early they run. So I don't know how early the bus is gonna run tomorrow morning. But I gotta get out as early as possible and get over there. I gotta get the bus as early as possible and get over there. And the second bus that I have to take, I hate that it runs every 2 hours. And so I will have to be by the job site by 8 o'clock instead of 10 because I have to be there by 8 instead of 10 because the fact that the buses run every 2 hours and I gotta I want to try to do everything right and try to make it there on time and stuff like that. So as things go, um, if I gotta be workplace mobbed off the job or get wrongfully fired, set up, and lied on, I'm publicly revealing every doggone thing. So this is a temporary, seasonal position that's has the hours and days and stuff is not guaranteed. And one time I had a seasonal position in New Orleans, my hometown, and in Metairie. I had a seasonal position that lasted only 3 days. It was seasonal, but it was only 3 days. And I had to deal with workplace mobbing and a bossy coworker, and she was older than me. It was at this place called Honey Baked Ham. And they have a location here in Pensacola as well. So at Honey Baked Ham, that lady, I don't remember her name, but I remember her description. She looked like she was old enough to be my mother, but she narcissistically set herself up. Nobody told her. She was just as new as me and just as temporary as me, and she narcissistically set herself up to she narcissistically set herself up to think that she can micromanage me and be my boss and overseer. And then, that bossy coworker, I really hate when they're young enough to be my children or when they're younger than me and think that they can disrespect and handle me but she was older than me, but I still had an issue because you're not my boss. And so, and she would narcissistically demand that I listen to her. But nobody told her to try to tell me how to do this way or do that way. And then, she had me frightened and intimidated, and the idea of getting in trouble if she tried to tell me what to do, and then they said, well, she taught you wrong and you have to do it all over and you have to do it all over again. So then, even my first job, Popeyes, my senior year in high school when I was 17 years old, and some other jobs, if the manager would teach me to do a job one way, say, for example, if you're told to fold towels one way, say if you do a laundry position and you're told to fold towels one way, And then the boss, abusive, narcissistic, bossy coworker, not the one who trained you how to do it, but a regular coworker that came after you and is new and take it upon themselves to just start bossing and then trying to tell you how to do it and try to frighten and intimidate and bully you and try to tell you how to do it contrary to the the manager or the person who trained you. And then it's like the managers don't even do their jobs. They have another coworker to train you when the manager should be training you. The managers never really train you. And then the person that they set to train me is that person end up bullying me. Just like at Avis, that the managers had that Gary guy to train me, and he acted like as if he extra loved me, you know, the first day, try to love bomb me and everything, and wanted to treat me special and tell me you can drive any car you want and clean it. You can grab any car you want. And so then other co-workers try to tell me, oh, you can't just drive any car you want. Do this one, do that one. So it's like where more than half the workers are bossing you around and telling you what to do, ganging up on you and bullying you. And so it's like the Gary guy was nice and normal the first day, and then the second day, he started picking and bullying on me. He started bullying and picking on me to the point that I ended up having an emotional meltdown and getting angry and in the bathroom, and then the managers nearly fired me, and they think that Gary's a good person and a good worker and everything. But of course, the manager, just like when you're in school, the teacher is never really around when you're being picked on and bullied in school or whatever, So, of course, when you single one person out and pick on them, but people have warned me and said that it's a high turnover at Avis. That's a high turnover, and that people don't even last 2 weeks. And I try to stick it out for as long as I could and wanted to try to, if it weren't for the way I was treated, then during the tasks and the job, I would have considered that one of my favorite jobs. But within 8 hours of me being homeless on the streets, no, I'm sorry, I think I was staying at the motel at that time. But, I couldn't get proper rest. And then I was financially struggling still. And the stupid manager, Miles, his name was Miles Burden, and he was only 30 years old, and he looked just like that Brian guy from Sky Zone. They both were about 30 years old. And so Miles Burden was throwing up all those satanic hand signs and stuff, but while acting like he delusionally believes he's mature. And so he damn sure is Satan's burden. So I don't understand how the hell somebody who's satanic gonna sit there and trying to dictate how you should behave, or trying to tell you about bad behavior when you sitting there worshiping Satan. You can't tell me nothing. So that Miles guy waited till like basically the day before, a day or two before I ended up quitting. He waited till then to say, well, you should aim to clean about 30 cars a day. I think the most amount of cars I ever cleaned was 15 or probably 17 cars. And I strove to try to work longer hours. I wanted to work overtime, but it was hot in summer. And one thing that slowed me up is they had faulty vacuum cleaners. And they had some of the workers in front of me that would take their freaking time and just lag around and do whatever the hell they wanted. And I'm blocked and can't move. I'm trapped between two cars, so I can't move out and then go and get another car to clean. And so I'm waiting for a vacuum cleaner, and the Jermaine guy, he gets like, "Oh, you can't be on your phone," or you. I'm like, well, what else am I supposed to do? I'm sitting here waiting for a vacuum cleaner to be available so I can vacuum this car out. So, and I would be like, you know, checking the time or something like that, or if I got another something, that's important, like say for me to wait around for what I thought would have been a housing opportunity, and they said, well, you know, well, we'll call you around this time, or answer your phone around this time, or whatever. And I would take like a quick break or something, but it wasn't every day. But then, I wasn't really on my phone a lot. I did my work, but it's like, as I said, who wouldn't take a or check social media right quick or something like that, and then to be on top of fighting against the online perp bullies, turning everybody away from me, you know, and attacking me, and then I'm bombarded with hundreds of abusive, harassing messages on YouTube or wherever other social media, and me trying to, defend myself and dealing with the targeting. But the perps in person, the co-workers, they probably were, working slow in front of me on purpose to slow me up, you know, and then everybody stopped working. That day it was raining really bad and storming. They had hail. And then they had the Jamaican guy. He attacked and bullied me and got on my case, and I'm the only one he condemned, and then try to falsely accuse me of being one that's lazy and don't want to work, and that I never do my job. And it's like me and him got into a heated argument, and like he ganged up on me and picked on me and was bullying me and stuff like that. But I just cleaned however many cars, that I was able to, or that I could, but as I said, a lot of the times people in front of me would take 1 or 2 hours to clean one car. But it's ridiculous that Miles guy told me that it should take you on average 10 minutes per car, and that you should clean at least 30 cars a day. And I didn't know until later on that, oh, well, you get a bonus pay if you clean more than, I forgot how much money he said more that you get if you clean more than 30 cars per day. So maybe the perps were hindering me from that, you know. So on average, I think I would end up cleaning like between 10 and 12 cars per day, But as I said, like, what am I supposed to do if a perp is taking too long and take 1 or 2 hours to clean one car? But guess what? Sometimes the vehicles, especially the larger vehicles, like with them taking the rich folks taking their fake ass summer vacations. If I gotta clean something like a Chevy Tahoe or something like that, or a GMC Yukon, that one, they're big. So the family, and I'm wondering, this is ridiculous. If people want to talk about entitled rich folks, that they deliberately and on purpose leave the car as junky as fucking possible. like, and when you clean up hotel rooms and stuff, I try to be courteous and considerate, and I clean up behind myself as much as possible, and even gather the trash and put it at the door, and all the after dealing with me, like when I gotta leave out of this hotel room, whenever I check out, all the housekeeper has to worry about is well, of course they would have to clean the toilet, tub, and sink and stuff, but they got to do that, and then I gather the trash myself, and be like insecure about feeling embarrassed, and I take the trash and gather it and put it in my own bag, and then my own trash bags that I usually carry around. And I try to make less work on the housekeepers, even if they might be rude, or if I may not like their asses. But sometimes certain hotels or motels, whatever, housekeeper will be nice, but a lot of the time they're abusive and ghetto with bad attitudes and stuff, and be perps. So and also, if this has two beds, so the other bed, of course, nobody sleeps there, but I sleep on one bed, and all they gotta do is, if they gotta strip the beds anyway, and they may have to sweep and mop the floor, but I don't make it just junky as fuck in here, but when I came in here, and the previous hotel that I was at, I usually have to clean off the toilet my damn self, almost every hotel I gotta go to. And it's like, these housekeepers don't be doing their jobs, or they don't do a thorough job. And then they might still have the nightstand would have coffee on it, or the desk or something would be dirty with cigarette ashes or something like that, but or sometimes the bed sheets, I freak out, if they dealing with dirty bed sheets, or even worse, bloody bed sheets, which is dirty, you know. So I try to make it to where, try to make them have to do less work. Me trying to be considerate, and then I be feeling insecure and embarrassed about the trash. If I left any trash behind, I would feel like embarrassed and insecure about that. So so yeah, I would feel embarrassed and insecure about the trash, or feel that I would be judged, about because you know how people are extra harsh on me in ways that they're not towards other people. So I try to gather all my belongings and try to leave the use towels and washcloths all in one spot, and leave it right next to the trash, or either that, or the towels and washcloths inside the tub dirty, and then I go check out and leave, So, but these sweatpants from fake Walmart, the sweatpants, um, it's like they're cheap, and that's all I could afford, and so they have extra lint and cotton falling off. And so the lint and cotton, well, it's not lint, but the cotton from inside the pants fall off and gets all over everywhere until after I washed them probably like 50 times. And then next thing you know, by then they end up having holes in them. But other than that, you know, I try to make as little of a hassle for the housekeepers as possible. But if I were to rent a car, you know, I would try to be courteous and considerate and give a full tank of gas if I have enough money, as much of a full tank of gas as possible, and take all my belongings. But nah, people don't care. They have kids. They don't care if they leave sand and trash and leftover food and everything. Just like these bastards really don't care, And so working with Avis, sometimes it would take you an hour and a half to clean such a dirty ass freaking vehicle. Sometimes, So yeah, that the next day, that Gary guy, he just flipped. Like, what the hell happened to you? And then that became a problem with everybody. And then after that, Anthony guy, Anthony Collision is his name. That's real last name, Collision, and you working with cars. And he's the manager. And ever since he gave me like a narcissistic lecture and try to discipline and handle me, and Jermaine was right there. And then Jermaine started to act like a flying monkey. The light-skinned black guy, he was like a peanut butter complexion with blue eyes. That Jermaine Dowdle, or however you pronounce his name. Jermaine, he had, like the darker form of light skin, like a peanut butter complexion with blue eyes. And so, he started to, bully and pick on me and harass me too. And just nitpick. But at first, when I first met him, he seemed like he was very pleasant and everything, But they want to judge you based on a meltdown and treat you a certain way or have a certain opinion about you. But I'm having this freaking meltdown because of being picked on, ganged up on, and bullied. And I'm like, damn, I'm new. I just got here, So, and then I had to deal with other coworkers just dishing out orders, telling me what to do, even if they're young enough to be my offspring. But if you tell me how to do my job, if you say it in a way that you care and want to help me, and I know that you're not against me, even if you are younger than me, and you've been working there before me or working there longer than me, and if you be like, well, hey, it's better if you do it this way, and that way everything can flow faster or something like that. If you just give tips and stuff, I'm okay with that. But if you just, start dishing out orders, telling me what to do, or trying to belittle me, and I won't even put up with it from a manager that's older than me. But it gets underneath my skin in many situations, even when people are younger than me. I mean, mainly when people are younger than me, But if you're older than me, I have an issue too. But if you're not my boss, stay away from me. If you're not training me, stay away from me. But when I was at the fake dirty YMCA, that lady, Miss D, supposedly a black lady, but I don't know. She had features like a New Orleans Creole. She had straight hair and the complexion of white people, but wanted to glorify herself as being so black, And so Miss D, that was the one who set me up and lied on me at the fake dirty YMCA, and they all ganged up on me um, and lied on me and wrongfully fired and banned me. And so they always bully, gang up on, and mob me at the YMCA, and that's supposed to be a Christian organization, but it's sodomites running the freaking they're all the damn leaders. So um Miss D, they had her to train me to do my job, and she tried to bully me into doing bizarre things, and she was a narcissistic, a ghetto, elderly ghetto narcissistic abuser, and she would do stuff like, I bet you she wouldn't even clean the toilet the way she tried to tell me to do it. I'm like, this is bizarre. She talked about that I should straddle the toilet and clean the back of it and do this and do that. Like, come on, lady. Like, your ass, like, when me and her got into an argument, I said, your ass should have retired a long time ago. And I call her a old hag and everything else. I said, you should have retired a long time ago. Like, me and her were arguing, and because she lied on me and said that I moved. The argument started because she lied on me and said that I moved this cart, and she tried to bully me and say, like, she would do that almost every day and say, "See, this right here is my cart. Don't you touch this cart," and this, that, whatever. And so the lady, Miss Vanessa, like, I had to go to a vocal rehab appointment that day, and that Masonic fake crusty lady, what was her name? Kanisha Simmons Moultrie or something like that. I think that was her name. And she was part of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority. And she sat there and try to not. She was acting like a flying monkey because the other lady who was leaving, try to talk about, oh, if everybody picks on you at every job, then there's red flags. Those are red flags, meaning red flags, meaning that, oh, I'm the problem. So then, just that day, like, Kanisha had just got finished only 6 years older than me, narcissistically lecturing me about how I'm not going to last long on a job and that I'm going to get fired soon. It really seemed like she spoke curses over my life, because right that evening, the incident happened. And, and Miss Vanessa sat there and let Miss D lie on me rather than, because I think they had a leak or something like that, a really bad leak or something. And Miss Vanessa should have stepped in and said, well, hey, Miss D, that was me that you moved your cart, not Candy. No, Miss Vanessa ain't say none of that. She just sat there and let Miss D go off on me. And I'm like, wait a minute, how could I have moved your cart and I was gone all day? I mean, I worked for like a couple of hours and then went to the vocal rehab thing and then came back to work, and that's when the incident happened. And got wrongfully, and it was 2 days after me and my twin sister's birthday in 2019. I think we turned 36 that time, and I was crying on me and my twin sister's birthday because me and my twin sister had an argument the night before. And so I was dealing with workplace mobbing all summer long, but being bullied I was 35 years old, going on 36, and being bullied by 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that were coworkers who thought they had high authority over me and try to narcissistically discipline and handle me and act like they delusionally believe that they are the mature adult with authority. So, I'd be all freaking day with talking about all the doggone workplace mobbing experiences and stuff. So, but I gave y'all a lot of examples of recent workplace mobbing experiences that I've gone through, and I every time I keep getting mad and say, "Well, I'm not gonna try to do employment no more," you know. So if I mean, it's senseless to keep on workplace mob you everywhere you go because you're targeted. And that Gary guy didn't give a fuck, at Avis. He was the one who started it off. But it was another man who finished it. So and that Miles guy, he defended the other man. Of course I went off and cussed everybody out. And had enough. And so Miles being immature enough to be like, great, I'm glad you're gone. Or good, I'm glad you're leaving. That ain't professional either. But corrupt fucking managers at your job and everything. But then eventually, after the corruption lasts so long, and then next thing you know, years down the line is when people want to decide they want to clean house. And then try to clean house from top to bottom. So I don't know about all that, but I could have been if it weren't for that, I could have been in my own place by now. My own home by now. But you a man bullying a woman off the job and keeping her homeless, you fucking sick. You fucking sick. To keep somebody forced homeless on the streets and in a dangerous situation. And they get to they sleep at night. They don't care how they destroy you. Yes, they do get to sleep at night and drive cars and everything else. So when somebody hears something about you and try to manipulate another person into thinking you're bad, and especially when some people are very harsh and brutal when they want to discriminate and abuse you based on your mental health label. But the LGBT community, they get to be protected. But even if you don't have a mental health label, if you're seen by society as disabled, it's cutthroat. There's no protection for people with disabilities and the so-called mentally ill and homeless and stuff. But they got such protection for LGBT community. In which that's a doggone choice to make. But you don't make a choice to be disabled. Mentally or physically, you don't have a choice. But society is just fucked up. All kinds of fucked up, So this morning, I woke up to, let's see, I went to bed, it was like 1 o'clock this morning. After my shower and everything, I went to bed at 1 o'clock this morning. And I guess I slept okay. But I woke up at about 6, somewhere after 6 o'clock, and then went back to sleep. And then I think probably 7 o'clock, and then went back to sleep. Then the housekeeper knocked on my door. It was not even 9:30 yet. And got startled. And then I've been up since. So I'm glad I was able to scrape up whatever I had to pay for one more night. And as I said, I'm scared because tomorrow is supposed to rain. More like later on, not in the morning, I don't think. Today it's nice outside. It's like kind of warm, like in the 70s. And today I wish I could have gone to the beach or gone swimming or something. That would have been so, like, I don't even use that phrase, but I'm gonna say it right now. It would have been so dope, so dope and so cool to get to go swimming or go to the beach on New Year's. But nah, I can't do that, you know. So but I probably can do it tomorrow after work. Probably tomorrow after work I can do it. Um, Maybe not, because depends on how many hours I have to work. And my dilemma will be, I don't know what time the shift will end. I don't know what time, and I would hate to have to go to work with no money for food or nothing to eat, because everything is closed around there because of the holidays and everything. Um, I would have to find a way to eat before I get there, but I won't have the money to eat a decent meal before then. I won't have the money. And um so and then it would be a dilemma with, if I were to have to work an 8-hour shift and I had help with another hotel room night, in which I would trying to get help before today is out, like before midnight. I'm trying to get the help today, trying to get help with one more hotel room night, like from Monday night to Tuesday morning. That night I need help with. And if I were to have help with that hotel night, then I would also need help with transportation back to the hotel. But if not this one, then I need to find one closer to the job. If I can find, like, check out this hotel tomorrow morning and maybe find a hotel that's somewhat closer to the job. And I don't know if they might make me pay a deposit over there, And usually they say, oh, $100 for cash deposit for incidentals. So I'm trying to figure out a way to work something out that will stretch me over, hold me over until Tuesday, because they say it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and really bad it's supposed to rain Tuesday and probably Wednesday. But if I don't have help, you know, with the hotel room tomorrow and to get out of the rain, then I would have to just ride downtown like usual and have to beg and panhandle for dinner and have no shelter overhead and take the risk of getting wet. And then got to go back to work the next morning, you know, dirty and wet, I guess, with no protection. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure things out. Um, I just need a little bit more help, and at least until Tuesday. And so I found out that, okay, so the lady told me over the phone that I'm supposed to get paid bi-weekly or every 2 weeks with this job, but then the the information given to me in the email said I'm supposed to get paid every week. But the first week, this Friday, I won't get paid, but not until the next Friday I'm supposed to get paid. Next Friday, not this Friday, but I'm supposed to get paid next Friday from this week. And then, if I could get full-time hours, I don't know if I have to be forced to work 15, 20 hours a week. I'm hoping to get at least 30 or more. but I don't know. I have zero knowledge of what to expect. But all these cold days and all these cold days and um these days that are cold and all these rainy days, it's like I'm trying to get something permanent or long term or extended stay or something. And it's a damn shame that they wrongfully banned me from hospitality. They set me up and wrongfully banned me from Hospitality Inn, and it's connected with Queen Mary Inn, so I supposedly can't go over there either. Like Miss Annie used to love me, and then she went on vacation and then came back and wasn't the same no more. So she must have that vacation must have been a cover up for her gang stalking recruitment process. And Hospitality Inn is supposed to be a Christian hotel. They got Bibles and gospel tracts and everything, and that's what y'all do. Participate in satanic perping and throwing up devil horn hand signs. Everybody got everything mixed up. So many closet professed Christians who are fake, and they're narcissistic abusers and closet Satanists behind closed doors. So this morning, they had an abusive narcissistic perp that specifically waited until New Year's to start picking on and harassing me. And so he started making harassing comments, and it could have been that Mission Possible perp or the Darnell Williams perp or another perp. So so then he tried to correct me with an attitude and said, "Oh, it's not happy. It's Happy New Year, not New Year's, whatever." But in New Orleans, we grew up hearing people say Happy New Year's, or they'd be like, "Yeah, Happy New Year's to ya," or something like that, So, and it's like that person who tried to correct me with an attitude and make me look foolish or stupid, that person didn't have great grammar themselves, And then that person must have stalked me on TikTok. Whoever was harassing me on TikTok, went on YouTube, because that glass of water video, that perp tried to say petty, greedy, and dumb. That's what that perp commented. Like, you're just fucking with me for no reason, and trying to make me feel bad and ruin my day on purpose. I can never make peace with people like you, with trash like you. So, everybody wants to be narcissistic about grammar with, "Oh, Happy New Year," or "Happy New Year's," or whatever, and say, "Oh, it's the incorrect way of saying Happy New Year's. You should say Happy New Year because New Year's doesn't make sense." Well, guess what? I've been seeing some professed Christians say that. I don't know whether or not to believe that, but I heard that certain calendars will say, "Oh, the real New Year's is April," and the Satanists flipped it and turned April 1st into April Fool's Day and stuff, and all kinds of stuff. So if we're supposed to be celebrating everything wrong anyway, and these holidays are satanic anyway, so there's a dark side or a satanic side to every holiday that we pretend is good and is given glorification and worship to Satan without us even realizing it. All holidays, including Valentine's Day, got something sinister behind it. Even St. Patrick's Day. All of them. So, you hear about the Gregorian calendar and the Julian calendar. I think we going by the Gregorian calendar, and the Julian calendar is the other calendar, And so there's this big fuss on what's supposed to be this, that, whatever, you know. So that, um, but how the hell you try to correct me about something like that? But your grammar ain't that great. And hell, I was sleep deprived, tired, and just got out of the hospital, out of the emergency room, and you harassing me over some little grammar thing, you know, and trying to make me feel ashamed and make me feel really bad, you know. So, and then I look on his profile and he had a picture of a little boy. I mean, a video, a YouTube video of a little boy, which let me know your ass is a sex trafficker. So, um, you can't make mistakes around narcissistic abusers, and that's why I'm walking around here with all kinds of anxiety disorders and OCD and everything. So, later on today, when all the housekeeping stuff, I got caught up and tied into talking about the workplace mobbing and all that. You know, I'm praying and hoping that everything goes smoothly and that they don't mob me off this job. But so you know, I didn't even realize I said Happy New Year's with an S. You know, but what if I would have been just trying to be funny and comical because I'm from New Orleans and that's how people in my hometown, they say Happy New Year's with an S. So we saying it wrong, you know, if somebody's from New Orleans and they say pernt, you're gonna correct them as with an attitude, say it's point, not pernt. That's their accent and the way they talk. You know, I don't say pernt, and I never did unless demonstrating or impersonating how they say it. You know, but I was sleep deprived and didn't even realize I said Happy New Year's with an S until I went back and looked at the video. I'm like, oh wow. But you know, everybody else gave me like 9 thumbs up. Thank y'all. And but that's the only fool that had you know had something fucked up to say. You know, and so in New Orleans, they have some people who don't say Valentine's Day, but they say Valentine's with an M as in monkey. Valentine's Day. Like time, like what time is it? They'll say Valentine's Day instead of Valentine's Day. You know, how they say it like that, you know. So I had to vent about that and release my emotions and get it off my chest about that. So I need help for one more hotel room night and hoping I won't have to pay a deposit or hoping that they will waive the deposit. And I would need help with transportation to get from work into whatever hotel. I hope to not have to pay a deposit. And I'm hoping that they will waive a deposit. And I'm also hoping, you know, to have help with money for food tomorrow so that I can be able to function. Because, like, after today, I won't have anything at all except just a few little crumbs for bus fare and maybe one snack. That's from what it looked like, you know. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, I get the Social Security check. And if I gotta be staying in hotels and motels and stuff, I won't be able to it would be hard to save that, you know. So why they wait to come near me to honk their horn? So I'm about to go and eat, and after I eat and come back, I'm gonna tell y'all. After uploading this video, I'm gonna tell y'all the details on, trying to remember everything, the details on everything that happened yesterday. And then and also I'm going to work. I need to figure out what's the logical, or I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together and trying to figure out, see about what help I can get to try to get another hotel room night to stay out of the rain and stuff. And then I start work on Tuesday. But today I'm going to finish working on more writing with the short story that I started yesterday, and then also try to work on some more. I would like to take a nap, but I don't know if right after lunch if I can take a nap. I didn't eat breakfast at all. Didn't eat or drink anything at all today, not yet. And yesterday I didn't eat or drink anything until after 2 o'clock. And then that's when the medical incident happened. So, um, thanks in advance for any and all help. And I feel bad really being a burden. And so I'll see y'all later on today. I'm gonna work on some more short stories and writing today.